Early is on time is late, and late is inexcusable. Acerbate. I've been inexcusable a lot lately, in many ways. How are you guys today? Kraken's Krassical Arena. Roma. We're starting the first stream, I think, early in quite a while. 2 minutes before the bell. We had another Nils payment by donation. So the Christmas Glasses Thrown promotion is only at around $200, not $322. Sadly, we've had two $60 payments because he's too lazy to pay me properly. But we'll take what we can get. I still have to report it on my taxes. Alright, so Quackers. This is going to be fun. I was looking forward to this. Honestly, it's an arena. You can berserk, but even if you berserk, you still get 10 minutes. So, berserk away, Berserk away. I think if you really love the 20 minutes, then don't berserk, but I designed it so that, you can berserk and still have tons of time. And I think it's going to be fun. The Kraken is just squidding. Whoa, did I close my window? Where's my window, man? There it is. Alright. Alright. Christmas donation. It's not 64%, it's more like 40%, but that's fine. We're doing well. 30 days to go. More than 30 days to go. Till I get my chair and an appointment with the optometrist so I can see and sit. What do you do at the beach? You sit and see. Alright, Acerbate, we've got 6 players now. King Kong, Rubens, myself, Ruslan, Acerbate, Miyamoto, Masashi. The creator of Bitcoin. No, that's Satoshi. Satoshi's. Happen now. Okay. Alright. We out in 15 minutes. We're ready to start. Live-ish. So it's a 3-hour arena, guys. We got tons of time. Acerbate, you're going to go off in this one. Pretend you're playing one of your 30-minute arenas, basically. That was I felt like that was your best moment, really, doing those team battles with 30 minutes. It's like unlimited time for you. There's like no time limit. Can I pin that? Yeah, we'll pin that. So, sorry. The question of the week is... Is Santa an anagram for Satan? And G South, you're not playing. I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for subscribing, though. And thanks for all you do to support the stream. You're a good guy. G Souths. B-Jack, should I play this? It sounds like you want to play. 65 losses in a single session. That's your all-time record? 0-65? It sounds like Kramnik's score against Hikaru. Poor Kramnik. He's just a bitter old man. Thanks for subscribing, G Souths, and Nils for paying for your lessons. Guys, the donation bar is going to have to keep going a little higher because we've had a couple false payments there. But we have raised over $200 for Christmas. Christmas stream improvements, including spectacles and chair, is the donation goal. We have about $300 to go. So we're $120 over. Alright, let's get some players in here. Astrobate sent out a call to arms. I started streaming. And 6 players isn't gonna fly. We need more than 6 players. We might start small and then work up. Captain Biancan. If anyone wants to join the team, you can inquire. Or even try to join the team. Drown the Clown, a suspicious account. Everybody be serious, no clowning around. I know who that is. Rubens has played before. Looks like he's warming up already. So only 6 players. It will be more. I assure you there'll be at least 20 players by the end of the tournament. Are we going to be? Yeah, it's mentioned on the front page. My tournaments go on the front page now. Kraken's Krassical Arena. 7 players in 10 minutes. You do have to be a member of the team, Pawn and Horses Club. It's a very good advertisement for the stream. So I appreciate Lee Chess adding that feature. Some of the tournaments get posted on the front page. If you would like to join the team, you just simply have to have 100 Blitz or longer games rated to prove that you are human and serious about chess. Alright. What else is new? What else is new this week? Yes, B-Jock, you should play. Get in the tournament. What's the question? B-Jock, what's the question? Get in there and stop complaining. And Shocky never plays. Where's Shocky? Uber Driver lurking. Uber Driver, this tournament was totally designed for you in mind. You and Astrobate. All that now seems to stand... We'll talk like Gotham chess. That's not allowed in my stream, by the way. All that now seems to stand between Nigel and the prospect of the world crown is the unfortunate fact that fate brought him into this world only 2 years after Kasparov. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird, man. I mean, it was weird that Short even played a match for the World Championship, in my opinion. He's a great player, but not really top 2. All I need to do is figure out how to beat somebody who outrates me by 300 points by tomorrow. Dude, check the blogs. There's all these neat blogs on Chess that teach you how to beat stronger players, overnight. The easy way to beat stronger players, part 3. We've got 7 players. We need at least 10 to start with. I'm afraid that some people are too weak to be willing to play 20-0 Rapid. They're just too weak. They're just not committed to chess enough. But you see, the good thing is I filter out all the cheaters. So if you play in my arena, the chances of facing a cheater are much lower than in some random tournament. Because it's a club and we filter out and kick out the people we suspect of cheating. We can kind of keep it clean here. I think a lot of people, they're reluctant to play longer games because they say, well, longer games are always everybody's using computers. Well, I don't stand for that. So in our Pawn and Horses Club, you're guilty until proven innocent. If it's deemed you're likely cheating, you are guilty until proven innocent. This is not a real democracy. Although I'm democratic in nature, we have to kind of have martial law here. Cheaters help us grow and experience the strength of bots. Yeah, well, I mean, even in my my team where I filter out the cheaters, we're still going to play cheaters 1% of the time at least. And, yeah. So you can look at it that way if you like, G-Souths. It's okay if like 1 in 100 players is a cheater, but as long as it's not like 10% of the time where it gets to a point where a significant proportion of your opponents are cheating, because then it starts to affect the way that you play, and it makes you paranoid and crazy, and you start like, shooting people. Cheaters help us grow. Look what Hans has done for the world of chess. Alright, 6 minutes till the tournament starts. Other important rules. There's a countdown for your first move. Failing to make a move within this time will forfeit the game to your opponent. Drawing the game, and this is important for Uber Driver, drawing the game within the first 10 moves will earn neither player any points. The minimum game length for drawn games to award points differs by variant. Draw streaks. When a player has consecutive draws in an arena, only the first draw will result in a point. Uber Driver. How does the pairing work? No one knows. How is the winner decided? It's totally unfair. Arena Berserk. When a player clicks the Berserk button, you get half your time, and it cancels the increment. Is it rated? No. We are starting in 5 minutes and 42 seconds, so... Hi everyone. Greetings. Greetings, we love you. This is a friendly community we have here, except when I'm rage tilting. I try to keep it, minimum profanity, family friendly for the most part, and I try to be instructive. It's rumored that grandmasters, sometimes anonymous grandmasters, watch my stream because I focus on instruction, not promotion. My goal isn't to promote myself. That's not the main goal of my stream. Most people who stream chess, the number one thing behind their motivation is self-promotion. And for me, self-promotion is like totally not the top priority. Okay, here we go. Sparkle Horse, King Kong, Rubens, Uber Driver, Ruslan Bear, Learning Chess, Asterbait, Miyamoto, Evil William. We have 9 players, 4 minutes. You're not being competitive today. No comment. I could make a mean joke, but as I said, this is a friendly community. I pick on Uber Driver too much. Bullying will not be tolerated here on the stream. Serious chess? What's serious chess, Uber Driver? Since when did you ever play serious chess? Hi, I am a very good non-self-promoting person. Or non-promoting person, Chisat says. I don't know what that really says. I should get you to not promote my stream. G-Souts. Help not promote my stream. On Reddit. You're not going to find out like my net worth on Google. I'm not that kind of streamer. And I'm glad it's like that. Don't fall for those fake links that say, what is Sladgy's total net worth? Click this link. Okay, Sparkle Horror, Shocky's in, King Kong, Rubens, Uber Driver, Ruslan Bear, Learning Chess, Acerbate, Miyamoto, Evil William. We have 10 now. At least 10 to start with. Mr. Coffee's not here, by the way. God, the poor guy is working. Let's see. No job, no job, no job. I don't know if Rubens might have a job. Uber Driver has a part-time job. Bruce Lambert, maybe. Learning Chess, probably not. Acerbate, nope. These are probably students. So no, I don't think anyone here has a full-time job. Possibly Rubens, I don't know. That's the problem. I should get some Europeans with full-time jobs, though. Maybe Shaki has a job. Possible. But it's hard to find an optimal time to stream. But for me, this is the best. I just had a cramp in my foot. Foot cramp. See, what happened was Kraken team won the Saturday team battle. So now Kraken is in control of the stream all week. If Ponda team wins, then Ponda's in control. And there's already a Gorilla team, but Blobix is control of that. Sorry, Uber Driver. King Kong Chess has a job. That makes 3 of you now. I have a job, sort of, but it's very non-traditional. Okay. This is sort of part of my job. Not promoting myself. Alright. Here we go. Good luck. Good luck, everyone. There may be a bye in the first round. If we have... You're in nursing, wow. We have... That's cool. If we have 11 players, someone is going to have to sit out. I really don't want that to happen to Evil William. So wait and see here. How many seconds are left? Alright, I'm sitting out to let you guys all play. I didn't want Evil William or anybody to be left out. I'm going to join now. We had 11 players. So I'll be waiting for whoever finishes their game first. But in the meantime, let's check out the other games. So Uber Driver playing King Kong and Uber Driver playing Bullet. This is ugly. I'm not gonna watch that. Why does Shaki not have a game? Why does Shaki not have a game? So Shaki sat out as well? What are there, 3 sit-outs? Someone else is sitting out? Acerbate? I don't get it. How can me and Shaki not be playing and everyone else is in? There's 11 players. How do you have 9 players and everyone's playing? Well, did Rubens not join? Ah, so Rubens tricked us. He's in the tournament but didn't start. But anyway, it worked out. Shaki also jumped out of the window. Alright, let's see. Rubens not playing Uber Driver. Okay. So Shaki Uber Driver? King Kong Uber Driver, sorry. What about Yurun? Oh, I'm starting. Okay, Shaki only wants to play with me. He won't settle for another opponent. So I gotta make the move in the first 20 seconds. I don't want to play against the freaking bayonet or whatever it is. B4 against the Sicilian. Excuse me, but We are playing classical opening today. We shall play the 4 knights. That's really funny that you play that, Shaki, because I played that twice today. How strange. A coincidence. The Gunsberg variation. I literally played this with white 2 games today. Though I don't really know the theory very well. So bishop c5 allows knight takes e5. I don't know what, I really don't know what the deal is with that. Like bishop c5, knight takes e5. I don't know the theory. I might have to close the window. I'm getting the sniffles from the window being open here. What other options do we have? d5. I mean, that's like the main line, but not my preference to open it up with black here. I don't play the Scotch with white anyway. What if I play symmetrically? You can play a3, I can play a6. I bet no one ever played that against you before. I just thought of it now. You play h3, I'll play h6. Now what you gonna do, man? Okay, he can play the 4 knights now. The 4 knights Scotch without worrying about... This is an advantage. He can play d4. He can play the 4 knights. Scotch 4 knights without bishop b4, which is the main line defense for black. So obviously that's clearly the most logical continuation for white. On the other hand, if he does play d4, knight takes d4, bishop c5, I don't know. I don't know what to do on d4. d4 is the only move that's like the testing move here. Bishop c4 is okay. Actually, if bishop c4, I can play knight takes e4, right? Okay, bishop c4, knight e4. Knight e4, knight e4. Yeah, that's even totally viable. So bishop c4 is not so hot, but d4 is extra good. I wonder if he's listening to the stream. No, you're not Emma nursing. You are a nurse, or you're in nursing, King Kong Chess. Man. I suddenly started getting a cold or something. Man, it's quiet in the chat room here. Kraken's Krassical Arena 20-0. We didn't berserk. I forgot to berserk. Shit. Damn it, Jerry. I can't believe Shaki and I both didn't berserk. He didn't berserk and I forgot. The point was to berserk every round. That's why I made it 20-0. I can't believe it. I think he left the building, by the way. Damn. He totally left the building. It's my turn? Oh, man. I thought he... Damn it. I thought... Oh, no. Now what do I do? D6? It's like a Kraken. It is kind of a Kraken after D6. A6 is a useful move, actually. Preventing bishop b5. Kraken. He'll go into the ending. Waits a little better. Alright, my option here is to take, but how good is this option? Takes, knight takes d4. Now, how do I play the black side of the 4 knights without bishop e4? I would have to play bishop c5. And then what? And then what? That's the question. Then what? Bishop c5. Bishop e3. Alright, I'm going to play this. I can deal with this. And Shockey's not a coward. He won't play pawn takes pawn. Cowards will likely play pawn takes pawn here. He wouldn't do that. Well, maybe, but I doubt it. What's up, WJ Loof? Just in time for the start of my cold. He played d5. Damn. I'm just trying to like prevent myself from sneezing. I had the window open. It's cold outside. So 97. I think 97 because like white doesn't have c4 here. I can try to snap his pawn structure with c6, Kraken style. I mean, this is Kraken's Krassical Arena. I really ought to be playing the Kraken, right? I need to work more on my Kraken videos. That it's not that I've given up on it. WJ, welcome. I don't know. I got like sudden cold or allergies out of nowhere. I was fine. Like, I don't understand it. Alright, how many players do we have now? Let's see. There's no request to join the team or anything like that? 13 players? Tournament's on the front page. Lysinov is in. Nice. Learning chess. Rubens didn't actually play in the tournament, just joined. WJ Liv, how are you, sir? Sire. No, I'm feeling fine. I just had this sudden, like, sneezing, allergy, cold attack. I'm fine. I feel fine. I don't understand what happened. It just came on just like this last like 15 minutes. Has to start somewhere. I remember once I got this like really bad cold when I was in Berlin playing in the European Poker Tour in 2013 or something. 2013. And it was weird. I was like sitting in the casino and I could feel. I remember like feeling fine 1 minute and like feeling like I was sick like 20 minutes later. It literally like it happened that fast. Like I knew I was getting like this really bad virus, you know, like just suddenly. It never felt like something that quick before. Rough Night was up all night with the puppy. Oh. I had a bad sleeping. I slept like 3 hours and then I had to wake up and then I had another 3 hours. But if I don't get my at least 7.5 hours of sleep, I don't feel good. I'm sorry about this. I don't know what it is. Alright, H3. Wow. Scary. He played H3. Alright. C6. Kraken door. So if I play C6, right? Bishop C4, nothing special. One thing is like Bishop G5. and I take on d5. I mean, this is like a Sveshnikov. I like this. I like you. You're my friend. You're jealous of King Kong. Oh. God, dude, what is your obsession with gorillas? At least 7 hours of sleep every week. Exactly. Yeah, I expected maybe bishop g5, but keep in mind, that is your good bishop, sire. So one idea I had was rather a poor one, I think, knight g6. I think here we have to take on d5. But I'm berserking if I can remember the rest of the games. Maybe this will cure me. Got Mandarin. What's the difference between a Mandarin and a Clementine? Clementines are smaller. I like my position. This is a really good Sicilian. Is it not a Sicilian? This is a Sicilian. Wow. It started out as a 4 knights. Then I don't know what it was. Then it was a Kraken. Now it's basically like a Sicilian. I like my pawn mass. The giant Kraken amoeba. Okay. I think black is better here. I mean, there's absolutely no justification for this. I don't like white's position at all. I have total faith in the Jolly Joker. The Joker. The central pawn mass plus the Joker. It's game over, man. It's like Apocalypse Now. Game over, man. Get back in the boat. Eating on stream again like Ben Feingold. I really never eat on stream. I don't like doing, mukbang or whatever. But for eating for me is a very personal thing. But I may be hoping that the vitamins from this will save me from a terrible cold. All right. Afraid I only had time for the one. Thanks. That's the way it goes. And so it goes. As Kurt Vonnegut loved to say. See, we got references to literature. Kurt Vonnegut has been banned in some circles, sadly. Might have to change. Yeah, Bill, what's up? Thanks for playing. I literally didn't even blow my nose all day until 5 minutes ago when I started opened the window. It was stuffy in my room. It's pretty cold outside, and then bam, I'm sniffling, sneezing. Feels like allergy. But I have no idea. There's nothing I could be allergic to that's new in my environment. Okay, knight g5. Now, that's enough of that. He's planning on queen h5. Obviously, I don't want to do anything crazy. But I wouldn't trust this move under any circumstances if I was white. That knight is unprotected. Knight g6, queen h5. And then, you know, he has some kind of trappy ideas. This a6 pawn, I mean, I can't thank it enough for its contribution defensively. But knight, you know, one idea is like queen f6. Knight g6 almost looks, I want to say like box move. I mean, I need to interfere with that threat. It gives me mobility with the queen here. It covers my f7 pawn. That's the main thing. And, you know, there might be some situations where I play knight f4, although it's not exactly a long-term outpost. Never saw that coming. Wow, my rook's defended. Holy shit. Alright, so actually, I think his tricks are hinging on, like, these trashy threats, like h6, knight e6 and stuff. If you're careless here, I mean, I just don't think that knight h7 is an actual thing. He's hoping I play h6. There's just tons of moves at black's disposal here. I think it's an almost strategically won. Like, black's position is almost strategically winning at this point. My Jolly Joker is so strong. But how do I get the knight off my, you know, how do we get the knight, how do we get that face hugger off of our, you know, mask? Queen f6, queen e7. There's a downside to that, you know. It's a great diagonal. I'm being paranoid, but I'm like concerned about stuff like knight a4. It's really over the top. I mean, we are 8 player now. Knight a4, knight b6, you know, not really a major issue. So queen f6 is a main line. But I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Anything other. What's the idea of queen f6? Free up the d8 square for my king, obviously. No. Alright, let's just do it. I don't have all day. I mean, I gotta play. Now this is gonna be, I'm gonna try to berserk every other game, so this is hopefully my last 20-minute game where I can really take my time. I made the tournament 3 hours, so we have enough, you know, games, because 20 minutes can get long. Technically, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's see, 20 minutes. So 3 hours is what? 180 minutes, and 40 goes into 180. 4.25 times 4.5. So if you had 4.5 games that lasted the maximum time, I mean, it's possible when you play, you know, if you play long games, you're only playing like 5 games. If you had really long games and you don't berserk. So 3 hours is really like the minimum for this time control. Is my point. Mighty Bison. The Mighty Bison has arrived. From the Bisonic Lodge to you. We have more viewers than we do players in the tournament. Alright. You know, I take your feedback seriously. If you don't like classical chess, you can go shove it. No. Quit your job. Well, that's what John Curto did. He divorced his wife or whatever. It was his wife or chess, you know. And he like divorced his wife and got a new wife. I mean, good for him, man. Priorities. I mean, obviously chess is more important than spousal bliss. Alright, Chucky. Knight takes h7. Knight takes h7 goes without. It goes without mentioning. Yeah, he did a bad thing, this exchange. I thought objectively he should play knight takes d5 like a Sveshnikov, and the position is probably like not that bad. It's probably like equal or something after knight takes d5. He has good white squares, but the way he played it with e takes d5, allowing f5, he doesn't have control of, like a sort of outpost square on d5. And my center is very strong. Guys, don't all speak up at once. Welcome everybody to the stream. If anyone would like to join our Pawn on Horses team, please just send me a notification. You have to be a member of the team to play in the tournament. This is a 3-hour arena. Good for training. Let me, once again, take a look at the tournament. Another window here. You are playing, I know that. So we've got 14 entrants. Dinekis has joined. I don't understand how I suddenly have the cold. Midstream cold. I had no cold when the stream started. That's really bizarre. Although I did have some symptoms. Honestly, I had a headache earlier. I didn't know what it was. I thought I was just like sleep deprived. Maybe it was all connected. Quit your job. What job, Uber driver? How's the Uber driving going? Uber driving going. How's the Ubering? How's your Ubering? Yeah. Guys, please support the stream by donating. We don't really have $322.52 of donations. We have $200 and like $202. Something like that. Around a third of that donation total is payments for lessons. But some people don't like to be conventional. I appreciate it, though. Alright, please subscribe. If nothing else, please subscribe and support the stream. I try to provide relatively low-cost, intensive, quality chess content here. Shaki's in trouble. I mean, he's in big trouble, man. I mean, what is he going to do about the dark squares, without this dark square bishop? He has no squares for his pieces. Everything's under control. I mean, this is a disaster. Knight a4, I thought maybe to try to go knight b6. Actually, rather than doing something like h6, I mean, the temptation is to put this bishop on the long diagonal, but what if I were to do like bishop e7, hit his knight, and then use my bishop to come back here? So let's say like knight a4, bishop e7, knight b6. He still has time for knight b6. Does his knight get trapped in the corner? I did. I saw a putty tat. I did see a putty tat. Knight a4, bishop e7, knight b6, queen takes g5, queen g5, bishop g5, knight e8, bishop d8. Attempting to trap the knight. Notice the word attempting. And then if like a4, b6, A5, b takes A. Oh my god. Can he save the knight? Rook A3, bishop B7, and it's gone. I think his knight gets trapped on A8 in that line. Just one example. But honestly, this is not the kind of developing move that you want to make here. He needs to find something else. But what is there to find here for white? He has nothing to do. It was a bad plan. It was a bad position already, and then knight g5 and queen e5 like compounded it. So he's basically like strategically lost. He should probably just play like bishop c4. No, actually I have knight f4. I'm threatening knight f4 now. That's a serious problem. He's going to lose a knight. Knight f4 is big trouble. Say bishop c4, knight f4. What does he do? He doesn't have a move. He loses a piece. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just terrible for white. Next, the Kraken. I mean, he should have played the coward attack. You know, honestly, pawn takes pawn here. Gives white like a slightly better ending. I don't know which way I would have captured, but I think I should take with the pawn, because there's no bishop b5. So let's say like pawn takes pawn, queen takes queen check, king takes d8, and then something along the lines of bishop c4, bishop e6, and white is slightly better. Or bishop c4, maybe king e8. He's slightly better. But he didn't want to play a boring ending, which I was hoping he wouldn't. Against a different player, you know, I might have to not play d6, because the likelihood they would go into that lifeless ending would be much higher. I know Shaki doesn't like... I know for a fact he doesn't like boring positions, so... Can we time out? Knight f3. Right? Alright, so it's not over. It's not over. It's not over till it's over. His queen is not so easy to trap. Black has a huge advantage, but I'm not like winning by force. Yeah, sometimes I have to like lie and mix like lies in. But I practice by listening to like George Santos campaign events and stuff. Or Trump videos. I have to like make up lies just to keep people like honest, you know. Like, oh, I'm not threatening to trap your queen. Don't worry. I don't know. This is just like such a good position for black. It's crazy. That's sometimes difficult, you know, when your position's too good. So how about... I mean, honestly, everything is good for black here, but I don't want to allow knight a4 into b6 for one thing. Bishop e7 is a good move, but ultimately, you know, g7 is probably the more natural diagonal for me to go to. There's also e4. I mean, just simply e4. e4, knight d2, knight f4, queen d1, only move. White is in a very bad place. But I don't necessarily want to give white squares here. Now he jumps on the queen exchange. Understandable, he didn't want to get trapped. So I just have a clearly better ending. How about the knight on g5? I mean, does that help him? It's unlikely, like he really wants his knight on g5. Now it's almost trapped again. I can play e4 threatening to trap it. Almost trapped isn't quite good enough. He's going to have to, remove it again, literally. Get it? Remove it? A little play on words. Alright. Do I actually have a threat? Now he's holding the d4 square. Holding pattern. Alright. I want to complete my development. There is... I'd still like d8 for my king. It's a good square, but e4... I want to keep my pawns fluid if possible. Castles is probably the most natural move, but... Castle, but... He has g4. I mean, he can try to perhaps like sacrifice a pawn or something. b5 is overrated. My pawn on d6 could be weak. I could play like king e7 and just keep my king in the center of the board. My big concern would be the white squares getting undermined. Black has lots of moves here. I mean, h5 is probably a good move for black. But, I mean, h5, h4... This isn't easy to say what to do here. Almost winning by force, but not quite. Tons of choices. And, it's boiling down to a blitz game now. I should win this position like 99% of the time. It's no increment, it just occurred to me. That's kind of important, right? Until now, I think it hadn't really registered that there's no increment. It didn't matter when I had 20 minutes, when I had 10 minutes, when I had 5 minutes. But now it matters that it's increment, G3 is a solid move. Very solid move. He doesn't really have any threats. I mean, g4 would be the ideal thing for him. Logical to like double my rooks. But he needs counterplay and he's not getting it with like bishop g2. His only chance would be g4. Maybe my king, isn't in the safest possible place. Obviously, sacrificing the exchange is a nice idea. It's a little bit fancy. But I have tremendous... This is not a little bit fancy. I mean, it's really like a lot fancy. I have tremendous compensation. I'm certainly not worse here, but I shouldn't have sacked the exchange. This is a luxury because... Well, that's not a good move. That was a luxury because of the time. Alright. Back tournament. Alright, we do have a request. Oh, Mikhail Tal, you're welcome to join. Now, 14 players. King Kong in first place with 4. Bisonov with 4. Ruslan with 3. I have 2. Jeroen with 2. Evil William had to leave with 2. Well, at least he got on the scoreboard. Asturbates on the scoreboard with 2. Learning Chess 2. Somehow Asturbates played 3 games already. Nils, Knight E5. You're still proud. Nils is. Nils, are you in? You're in the team. You're in the team. I hate these ghost notifications. Like once you let someone in the team, notification stays up there. Nils, I'm proud of you too. I'm proud that you're proud. All right. So remember to berserk. Ruslan Bear, the bear. Bear with me. Berserk Lovers, nice. Berserk Lovers pizza. I've been playing only E4, E5 over the last couple of days. Really working on my... Here, I used to play mostly Knight takes D4, and then lately I was doing a lot of Queen takes D4, but I play both. Okay, Steinitz defense, like main line. Now, one move that I will say I don't like is Bishop G5, and a lot of classical games follow that pattern with Bishop G5. Now this is 9. This is not 20 minutes. Okay, this is 10. This is faster. So need to think here quickly. More like a blitz game at 10-0. Oops, I hung my piece. 97, Ruslan, that's your favorite move, 97. Didn't he do that in a similar game the other day? Rage Dusk. Or Raged USK. Rage D US or Rage D USK. Alright, A6 looks like a reasonable move to me. I'm not loving Knight A3. I better not chat as much about this game though. Ugh. Ugh. Dude, that's horrible. How could you play C5? That's a truly horrible move. Wow. C5 is a positional abomination. That's seriously awful. You can't do that here. It's like he's trying to do C4. Yeah, I think we just keep it simple. Road Rage Lovers Pizza. Oh my god, he'll do anything to trade pieces. Interesting question. I like endgames. I'm cool. But this is a little bit... Not sure my advantage is all that big. We're going to have to play this very precisely. Wow, d5. Maybe I underestimated d5. Maybe I did. Damn it. He plays too quick. Sunset dusk. Wait, dusk is sort of the same thing as sunset, right? Oh, they are the same thing. That's the point. Okay. All right. Kramnik has a conspiracy theory for that. I don't understand this guy, man. He always like plays blitz in every time control. Fix it and forget it. Wow, I have c3 here, but is it good? Oof. c3 actually looks seriously problematic for black, dude. What is he gonna do if I play c3? c3? c3, rook b7. Pawn takes pawn. Rook takes b3. Bishop takes c5, bishop takes c5, pawn takes c5. I'm clearly better. Is it enough to win, though? You know? He's a pawn down and a rook ending with my rook behind the passed pawn. That's a creative solution to come up with. Holy shit. Wow. Holy freaking shit. Are you serious? Wait a minute. Take. And it's like a drawn rook ending. Holy shit. I'm only like a tiny bit better here. And he's only used 2 minutes for the whole game. Yeah, some people are a little too smart. 1891. It's funny how he went for so much simplification. I mean, that's not really his normal style. A lot of options. This is a weird move. I fully admit it. The best I can do is get a pawn up rook ending and try to grind it down. I don't know. C4. Oh God, I allowed C4. God damn. Wonder if he's actually thinking. Did I just blunder? No. My rook defends a3. Right, that was the point. Okay, now. Holy shit. Back rank is not cool. Uh-oh. I don't know, man. This seems like it's like a master playing black. Except for the move c5. Something weird about this guy. I guess his rating is just bogus. That's the only thing you can really be 100% sure of. His rating is totally bogus. He's back. This, I mean, he only has rapid games. What is going on? Check. G4. I mean, technically, I have the further outside pawn. So I should be better. Despite the fact that his passed pawn is pushed up to d4, he's not better here. The outside pawn is more of an advantage. I can't believe how fast he is. Technical positions. 74. That makes him 49. Wow. Okay. F5. My king is not happy. King not happy. How about king e2? Putting him into f4. I can shift. Press shift. Wholly aggressive. Batman. He's like playing for a win against a player who's like, I don't know how many rating points higher than him. It seems kind of weird. Wow. I just blew the position. He's so fast. It's weird, man. He outplays me using no time. So bizarre. I mean, I don't know, dude. I think he's got to have like a friend playing, helping him or something. It's not a computer, but it's not 1900. It's really weird. Nah, he's too good. It's too strong, dude. It's really suspicious. Now he's like losing. He's losing. Or it's still a weird draw. You're not telling me he's blowing this. King f5, king d4, h6, he can't play. You're no way he's losing this king and pawn in game. I played this endgame really badly because of the time pressure. That's what I do. It's what I do in tournament games. I totally like. He's really freaking with the. Well, it's got to be over. You did that. You did king f5? Is he trying to win on time? I think he's playing to win on time. That's really bizarre. Sort of inexplicable. Like, how could someone play an in-game that well and not know like fundamental king and pawn games? And then I think it might have been a draw at the end, right, with king g6. Oh my god. Was it a draw at the end? G6 is a draw. So he never had some weird draw. No. I'm winning. All right, but he has to play King G7 here. That's really strange. I thought I had become an idiot and like messed up the end position. I don't understand that guy. It's really weird, man. Yeah, 10 minutes is not the same as 20. So Bisonov in the lead with 8 points. Nice job. He's got 3 out of 3 thus far. More than me. Uber driver, where is he? Uber driver lost. Uber driver lost to King Kong. Aha. King Kong. King Kong is fast and unpredictable, but I wouldn't think he would excel in this time control. You can assume that was endgame number 101 out of 100 endgames that you should know. I mean, well, there was nothing to even talk about. I mean, he had a totally standard king and pawn game that was a dead draw until he played f4 for no reason. People get excited because of the time. I mean, I think that's the thing. They see you have 40 seconds left, so they're just like, do whatever, Obviously, he played a great end game. He played the opening horribly with c5, and then he played like a great game except for two, like what, f4 and c5, 2 pawn moves. 2 pawn moves that I would both I would categorize as like, losing strategically, moves that no player who was like even remotely master level would play, c5 and f4 and that ending. Other than that, like, his play was perfect, relatively perfect. Gouldler asked, are you still improving at chess? I think I am. I think I'm better than I was before. I know a lot more. My knowledge has certainly improved. It's possible my technique could have gotten worse. I haven't gotten faster, though. I'll say that. Increments did something to me. Since increments started to come into play, I became like a time pressure addict. And I never was that bad originally. Alright, Bisonov. We need some more games. We've got 2 hours left. 1/3 of the tournament is complete. You don't have to be employed to play in this tournament. Oh, interesting game. Bisonov versus Learning Chess. What is this, a Queen's Indian? Oh yeah, your favorite. Oh man, Bisonov. Well, how come you're playing like c4 against this guy? You never do that against me. Where is everybody? There's all kinds of people missing today. Nedog. Let's see who's online. Oh, Mr. Coffee's online. Mr. Coffee, are you there? I was always quite a good blitz player, but I don't think better than other kind of time controls. Like I would always say I was like the same strength in like blitz that I should be versus standard or rapid, but I think my knowledge is improving. My understanding of the game, the way I look at the game, has improved a lot. Maybe I don't calculate better than I did before. 20 years ago. I'm not sure. Like, I calculate more, faster, better, but my understanding of the game has improved, for sure. And I think I've improved a lot by teaching. There's certain aspects of the game that I haven't been working on, like my endgames. I really need to work on endgames and playing endgames more quickly. This was a typical game. I slipped in that endgame. I lost a lot of games last year because of time pressure and endgames. I lost a couple of games. One to a GM in a rooking game. I had like a drawn rooking game against the 2600 and lost it. A pawn down rooking game that should have been drawn. But it required technique and I had less time and I lost. But if I could get a little bit more time and not use so much time before the end game comes, the end game cometh, it'd probably be for the best. Alpha. I'm playing the all-Ukraine team. I think you never stop learning. Maybe you do when the dementia sets in. But yeah, I mean, in general, I agree. I maybe you slow down, but you can also change your ways of thinking. I think people become inflexible. Their thinking becomes like less flexible. This guy is playing. I forgot to berserk again. Oh my god, I'm such a noob. The other player doesn't berserk. I can't even remember to berserk. How can I learn when I can't remember to berserk? The other day you asked me if I play in serious tournaments. I said I only play in serious tournaments, I was counting last year. Last year I played like 30 tournament games, but 10 of them were against grandmasters. So it was a pretty good ratio. But my score was not good. I mean, I had like 3 points out of 10 against 10 grandmasters. The last 10 grandmasters I played, I only scored 30%. To be fair, though, I was black in 6 out of 10. So, okay. But I would be happy to score 50%. But I do think it's important to play stronger players. And, but not only stronger players, because if you only play stronger players, then you're going to get changed. Oof, alpha. This is not bullet. You're going to get changed stylistically. If you play too many only stronger players, it's unnatural and you're going to become like afraid. So I think it's important to play a balance of people. Mostly maybe a little bit higher. If your average is higher, but not too much higher. So if I'm 2350 in the course of a year, I'm playing average opposition between like 2400, 2450. That would be, if the average of my opposition is about 100 points higher than me, I think that's good. That brings you, it helps to bring you up, to raise your level in general. If you play weaker players all the time, you're going to get weaker. You're not going to be tested. You're going to be overconfident. I don't have that problem, you know. Well, I do have the problem, actually. I do get overconfident. Despite my best efforts, I still get overconfident in spots. And it always, like, suddenly messes me up. I start games, like, I'm not overconfident at the beginning of games, but there are times in the games where suddenly I become irrationally thinking that I become overconfident in a sort of irrational way. And, that's where the trouble starts, oftentimes. My other problem is time pressure. Using too much time. I'm, like, addicted to using too much time. Addicted. Alright. I gotta get some water, guys. But as he said, like, the increment, I became, like, dependent on increments. And, it's hard, you know, it's hard to play, like, high enough quality chess with just your increment left. Uber driver. Okay. I have a couple setups. Pick a side. Alright, F3 or C3. Since Yuffie and Keto are kingside, I'm going to play this. Now, speaking of Dubov, Piert's defense. That's not a hippo. Bishop Blessings, can you let me in the team, please? Admit you. Please admit me. Let me in. Alright. Bitch, oof, 97. Yeah, you want to play your hippo. I have nothing against hippos. I played the hippo, but I don't really believe in trying to force the hippo in every position. It's pretty unnatural. Bishop C4. And then clearly black wants to play like B6 here. Yeah, he stops the feared bishop takes S7 check. Okay, my position is not. It's not this. I forgot to berserk again. If this guy's gonna play the stupid hippo or whatever, and he always plays like really fast, it's better that I don't berserk anyway. You know, I mean, it's hard to play against hyper modern stuff. If you have more space, you need time. Bishop G5 looks good. 97, and then what? Yeah, somebody I was talking to recently about this type of thing was talking about some strong player, probably Hikaru. I mean, I don't know. Bishop G5 and whatever. I mean, if I play Bishop G5 97 and he kicks me with H6, talking about provoking. Oh, somewhere someone was talking about maybe provoking H6. Let's see. I mean, I don't. You know, I think in the hippo H6 is a normal thing anyway. Mr. Coffee, where you been? Are you provoking H6? Is provoking H6 a good thing? Where have you been all my life, Mr. Coffee? Mr. Coffee, we're playing the Tory attack. Yeah, I mean, Bishop H4, G5. it's not my point to give him just that. We did have another game against this guy a while back. I believe I played A4. He allowed me to play A5. I mean, the standard thing to do is like A6, you know, no brainer. Allowing A6, you know, is a little weird. Allowing A5, you know, for example. Playing A5 would be weird now. I think we're at kind of this standstill. What if I play H4 on the king side? We see this so much against the hippo, but what does it do? It stops G5. I can play this like a Roy Lopez or something. But H4, Knight F6, Knight G4, it's a problem, you know. I don't really want to allow that. I want to be able to play H3 to stop black from playing Knight F6, Knight G4 if necessary. You know, so we're going to get to some situation. Now F5 is not really viable for black. I should move my bishop at some point to drop it back. F5 too risky. He'll play bishop B7, and then I'm planning on castling queenside. D5 is that a thing here? Like, for which side? Yeah, it's not normally. I didn't play the most aggressive setup, you know. I played a solid setup. You know, with the two pawns and C3, this is pretty solid, and I'm not in the kind of position where I'm going to be like pushing my pawn to D5. This setup with C3 isn't really designed for that kind of move, and black doesn't want to do it for sure. He'll only do D5 if he needs to lock it up or something. So I think black's plan is like bishop B7, so C5 usually. As I mentioned, I don't like this, you know, so for example, H4, Knight F6 is a bit of a problem for me. I don't know why he's thinking in this position. Is my like game not up to date or something? Oh geez, I was like frozen. How did that happen? How did I get like frozen there? That's pretty much bullshit. What about Knight F1, Knight G3? Holy shit! I just did that. It's a gambit. I don't know. I mean, I knew I couldn't do that. I was freaked out by the fact that I just lost 2 minutes because my game didn't refresh. It's a sacrifice. Obviously. For open lines. I'm not going to time you out, right? Mr. Coffee, we're going to fire up the subscribers only chat. I don't think I should do that. I have nobody left in chat during a classical tournament. Yeah, I was pretty upset by the screen being frozen. I mean, I don't understand how that happened. My clock was on 17 minutes, and I didn't refresh the page, and I'm sitting there like, why didn't he play bishop b7? I mean, I don't understand, like, how did my time just, I mean, why did my board just freeze? Yeah, I mean, I lost the pawn for nothing. Well, I mean, black's position is still not that inspiring, to be honest. I'm ready to let it rip now. No holes barred at this point. Get out of here, dude. There's no way I'm accepting a draw from the likes of you. I might offer a draw, but I won't accept a draw. Queen d2. Queen d2, king h7. Queen d2, king h7, h4. Queen d2, king h7, h4. Come on. You gotta beat me. He offered me a draw in a like pawn up position because he's so sneaky, trying to avoid the strong players. Yeah, this is bad. I mean, it's pretty bad. I should take the draw. It was a horrible blunder. Honestly, I got distracted by the 2-minute time loss and lost my concentration. I would never blunder that pawn in a normal situation. Not even with 5 minutes, let alone with 15 minutes. Some weird hallucination. But I like not castling, you know, because then I can castle on either side. Although white would almost never castle queenside here. His clock was still running when he offered the draw. I don't know. Does that mean something? Oh, you're talking about his question. In the club, someone asked me a draw. I declined because I was not sure if it was a draw. After I didn't, I took 10 minutes of his time accidentally. Not sure I understood. Wow, h5. Wow. That's kind of a crazy move. I love it. I can't believe I just dropped upon h5. That seems kind of risky. Why don't you take on f3? Open the G file. I wouldn't want to be white against Alexander Ivanov now, but at least I have some chances. h5 seems really unnecessarily weakening. It's a really crazy pawn draw. I just dropped my central pawn by playing knight f1. But honestly, yeah, I mean, the weird thing was, like, his bishop was on c8, you know, in my mind. It was like he hadn't made that move yet, you know. And then I'm sitting there looking at the board with the bishop on c8, looking at the board with the bishop on c8. Suddenly I refresh the page, you know, and then blunder. Because his bishop just appeared on b7. It is kind of funny. Oh, knight f5. Very interesting move. Okay. If only I had like a third place to put my king, you know, besides castle and king side and castle and queen side. Actually, a fourth place, like off the side of the board or somewhere. I need another location. What if I play your d5 move? Oof. At some point. This is really, really dubious. Knight on f5 is a real problem. That's a strong move. All right. Knight h4. Then I really will castle queenside. I don't think I have any like threats here, really. I just don't want to trade too many pieces since I'm down a pawn. Mr. Coffee, do you have something I can bang my head on? Anything like conveniently located? Should I just bang my head on the wall? Alright, no concrete. You're gonna have to chill with the concrete suggestions. We're gonna have to time you out due to concrete suggestions. Yes. But this is not really a threat. Giving me ideas. Yeah, he's not banned, but I timed him out. He's talking too much. Oh my god. Uber driver is taking on g3 here. That seems kind of dangerous, bro. I wonder what his idea is. That seems very dangerous, Uber driver. Lazy move syndrome. I'm still not sure like I have any direct threats yet, but I'm getting there. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's really hard to accept this level of materialism. I mean, for me, it really doesn't matter if I'm one pawn down or two. I'm gonna try to like attack the black king and I'm not going for an endgame where I'm down a pawn or something. Either I win or I lose. You know, probably a draw's not really likely. I could have played f3 at some point. If he doesn't take the pawn, I mean, then I could maybe put my king on f2. I suppose bishop to h2 has some purpose in a way. Interesting. Now what does black do? Obviously, like rook h4 is also a square. I thought he should play bishop d5. His bishop really doesn't do anything on b7 at this point. So, what do I want to do? Bishop takes e6 tactic doesn't work because he can pin me. Bishop e6, queen e7, I mean, or something like that. You could still play f3, but it's too slow. I think I want to play castles. No, now maybe we're talking about some threat of bishop takes e6. I'm playing like one of those London system players who castles queenside every game. If you're playing Guess the Opening, I say I played the London system in this game. I'm a London system noob. Defending against the threat of bishop takes e6. What about other ideas? Rook takes h5 at some point. I really need to play f4. His queen is... I mean, that queen is seriously... Although this does obstruct my queen. His queen is really jammed in on f6. With not a lot of mobility. You know, I just remembered I have g4. Did I seriously just miss g4? That looks serious, man. I can't believe it. I had g4. Black's in danger. He's in trouble after g4, my god. That's my second blunder. It wasn't enough that I hung my central pawn. Now I missed g4. Are you doing Red Dead Redemption? Saturday, yeah. I'm gonna do, yeah. I'm gonna keep doing it. But I don't want to do like I don't want to do like a 4-hour poker stream every time. We'll have to do some other stuff. I'm gonna have to play for real. Maybe just a little poker and the RDR. Hardy Har. So what do I do if he takes? Do I go postal with pawn takes h5, or do I like recapture on d4 and keep the thing under control? Here's your $1 million question now. I mean, what I don't like is knight c5, honestly. So like pawn takes h5, knight c5 has a very sort of powerful distractionary threat. Now rook c8 check, king b1. But now we're back to business. I mean, I think we're threatening something at least. I'm gonna try not to drive the horses off the cliff. Driving my horse. I'm terrible with a horse, man. I've had calls from PETA since I started streaming Red Dead Redemption. I don't know, I'm up a lot of money. I'm up like $25 now. $20 in poker. We can maybe use my winnings to fund some horse improvements or something. Oh shit. Okay. Open sesame. You are a noob. Okay, what's the material? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still up his pawn that I dropped on e4. It's so embarrassing that I hung my central pawn and I declined to draw in a clearly worse position. And a miracle that I have a chance. Now, okay. You know, at some point he has queen f5 check. I have to keep that in mind. f5. Phew. f5 is wow. It's amazing how like he doesn't have any threats at all. f5 losing another pawn with check. Queen takes f5. First rook g1. Rook. Rook g1, king f8, f5. Queen takes f5 check. Yeah, what does that do for me? What did you do for me lately? Rook. Rastro. What about some kind of insane sacrifice like bishop takes e6? He's getting close. I mean, rook g1 just sends him on his happy, merry way, you know? Like, he's more than happy to play king f8. That's what black wants to play anyway, you know, so f5 disrupts him. If f5 he has to take with the queen with check, then I play bishop f5. He could sack the exchange with rook takes c2, queen takes c2, and then queen takes g5. Not real thrilled about that. But if I do rook g1 first, let's say, this king is heading for the safety of greener pastures at and this is really the key to the position, you know, king f8, king e7. What do you menace when the black king is on, basically, on f8, e7? I need to have a welcoming committee ready for his king before it gets to e7. So f5, queen takes f5 check. Do I dare? Do I dare to suggest like a king move? That would free up the knight to come to f6 maybe. So this is really critical moment. Rook g1, king f8, f5, queen takes f5 check, bishop c2. Uh-oh. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play rook g1 first. Then, if he plays king f8, we're going to play f5. Because I haven't sacrificed enough pawns already. But my knight is defended. The knight is defended, you know, so now everything's like everybody's, involved. It's a group hug. Say cheese. Queen takes f5 check. Bishop c2. I also have, the ability to just simply move my king, King a1. Nice, safe, dark square. Nothing like a nice, safe, dark square where nothing can hurt you. I'm not sure that black has a move there, I was a little concerned about queen a5, but it doesn't really do anything. I think he's frankly, almost lost here. He's almost lost here. He has to... You have to admit, white's coordination is better, and white's king is safer than black's king. That's more important than material. The hippo. Queenside castling in the London, quote unquote, versus the hippo. Ooh. All right. Wow. Hey. So much fun and so little time here. If he does manage to close the position up, bishop d5, pawn d5. Now I can't believe it. His knight is like toast here. Takes. I could probably win that position. What is he going to do? If I have to, but there's also bishop c2. What I really need to do is open the position, though. So pawn takes. I can't drop a bishop, though. I can't drop a bishop. Bishop c2 is plausible. Bishop takes d5. His king is going to run for the hills. His knight is horrible. His queen is horrible. Bishop takes d5, pawn d5. Now I have to defend f5. Keep his knight out of play. Keep his king from running to safety. My knight has no obvious squares. I don't love it, I have rook f2. Oh no. Rook f2 is very interesting. I'm afraid it's not enough. It's a lot of material. Rook f2. Bishop takes b3. Pawn takes. Queen g6 check. And he has some sort of insane counterplay. There's also the d6 weakness. I mean, maybe bishop c2 is good. It seems safer than my other options. I guess he has rook c4, though. I don't think it's that big a deal. Now he'll try to keep it closed with e5. Or maybe bishop c2 is a mistake. I just didn't like giving him, a chance to run away, and I feel like he has to play e5 here. I love his knight and his queen and his rook. He has two good pieces. He has two good pieces and three bad pieces. Wow, pawn takes pawn. Holy shit. That was overlooked. Now his bishop on d5 is a mighty Power Ranger. Still, his knight is just the sickest piece ever. It's just, oh my god. Knight b8. Knight b8 is great. Knight b8. You have time. You have time here. Definitely. Reroute the knight to b8. A la Jula Breyer. This is the perfect time for rerouting. Root canal. Wait, how many pawns is he up? He's up 3 pawns now. Are you full yet? It's not. Thanksgiving's over. You know, by the way. He got a lot of turkey. How many helpings of turkey did you have? Poor Uber driver. This is like some sort of... It looks like some sort of trick. It's like d5, knight e5, pawn takes e6, knight c4. I can't believe that works. Pretty much everything should win here. I might have knight e6, pawn e6, and then some sort of sacrifice on f5. But that's a little too easy. King e7. That's a truly professional move. He snap recaptured. Snap capture. It sounds like a new kind of camera. Oh no. Oh. Wait, did you castle? You know about that castling thing? Okay, now is the moment of truth. I think I just have to move my knight. Might have something else. He does have 4 pawns for the bishop. The queen trades are not allowed. No queen trades. No, no, no. What did I say about that? Concentration. Concentration of forces. Horses. It's a concentration of horses. Gruesome. Gruesome Newsome. Alright, man. I'm sorry. Never say you're sorry after a game. I'm not sorry. Alright, King Kong is in first place. We gotta catch up. Phew, that was a close one. I just dropped my central pawn. Sleazy and easy. Alright. Obese Reese is back. We've got King Kong, Bisonov, Learning Chess, Uber Driver. Uber Driver been stopped. He's experimenting with this stuff. It's an experiment. Wow, Slendrina's in the tournament. Slendrina likes the long time control apparently. And Nudge Papa. Alright. Only one cult member at a time. Luis looks like a good player. Luis Fla. Biscoito. Alright. So I'm still trailing the leader here. We've got 1 hour, a little more than an hour left. But I really need to berserk. I forgot to berserk again. I can't get 5 points unless I berserk. Amoeboid's in as well. Now, how do you play? You like take turns with those guys? Amoeboid plays one game. Nudge Papa plays one game. I don't understand them. I mean, are they really not all the same person? They played each other? What if Slendrina has to play Amoeboid? Or Nudge Papa? What happens when you have like 6 accounts and they have to start playing each other? I don't think that really flies according to the terms of service. The TOS specifically forbids like having 6 accounts in the same tournament. Ooh, King Kong is losing. But he has way too much time, my god. Did you see that? Learning Chess just mated King Kong with 1 second left. Holy shit. That's a huge upset. Because if he had used 1 more second, King Kong would have just picked up another 5 points. He just saved me. Thank you, Learning Chess. Just in time. He was berserking. They were both berserking. Well, it's 10 minutes. That's why I made this time control. Anybody can berserk. I wanted to make berserking, available to everyone in the 20-0 rapid. It's like 30-0, except it's just a little bit faster. And we can play more games in 3 hours. The 30-0, it would be hardly any games. Guys, please subscribe if you enjoy my stream. Or donate. The current Christmas wish list is at around $200, not $322. We just had some people paying me for other stuff there inappropriately. Uh-oh. Learning Chess. By the way, did Nils play? Learning Chess Berserk is necessary, yes. I've been playing E4, E5. Zen mode. No distractions. Ten is like the bullet, yeah. It's like bullet. Don't play the Berlin defense against anybody, like, if you want to win. That's definite. I would normally play the Sicilian. But I've been on a sort of E5 kick. So this is even earlier than last game. Right? You played this against me yesterday, but it was a different move order. He's learning. Well, I mean, I can't play Bishop E7 Well, I guess I can. I mean, bishop e7 takes. Knight takes e5, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, queen d4 or something, but I don't want to do that. Now white's threatening, like, knight g5. You could play bishop c5 here, transposing to some kind of classical Spanish. But bishop c5, knight takes e5. But that's probably okay for black, maybe. What did I play yesterday? Bishop e7. If you could give tips on analyzing a position correctly, what is the best training to do? Well, I mean, I think, like, you're talking about strategy. You know, you're talking about evaluation of positions and strategy. There's a million books on these type of subjects, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think, like, you really need to get insights into the way that strong players analyze positions, and the best way to do that is to analyze games annotated by strong players. There are many sources. Some are more analytical than others. You know, my favorite strategy book is, like, The Middle Game by Uwe. But, you know, I think that analyzing any collection of games, someone talked about My Great Predecessors, any collection of games, preferably analyzed by the player who played the games himself or herself. Puzzles is not going to make you better at evaluating positions. Of course, reading books and analyzing your games. Okay, now, I mean, knight a5 is a thing, right? It's kind of like standard move. But I do feel at times it's overrated, you know. If d3, I'll play knight a5. We had this similar game the other day where he fell into a Noah's Ark trap. Did I play knight a5 last time? Oh. Was that the game from the other day? It's a different position, isn't it? Is that the exact same position? Did I play knight a5 and then you played d4? You took with the knight and I played c5? You're seriously playing the exact same position again? That's crazy. Or was rook e1 in? I think it was this position. Yeah, I mean, I just put it in Zen mode. It's less distracting. There's less shit on the screen when I'm trying to concentrate on the game. Like, seriously. It's really easier to focus on the board. If you play over the board, Mr. Coffee, I mean, if you have all kinds of stuff around the board, it's, like, distracting. I like to push all the stuff, you know, to the side. If there's, like, name tags and, like, board numbers and stuff like that, you know, it's distraction, you know, in the periphery. And that's why George Moore and his freaking 58-year-old grandmaster pawn twirling is just totally not cool. You've got someone twirling a pawn in the periphery of your vision. You know, I couldn't think of something more distracting that you could purposefully do that kind of flies under the radar, you know. Have you ever directed a tournament where someone, like, complained that the other player was, like, you know, twirling a piece or something like that? It's any repetitive motion in the periphery of your vision is totally going to affect your ability to concentrate. I mean, it's just barely basic. So when I do Zen mode, you know, I just feel like it's easier to focus on the game. All that chat is cut out. I agree with Zen mode. I like Zen mode better. I prefer playing in Zen mode, definitely. All right, we'll take the bishop. It's a material gain. Now this bishop is potentially very strong. Unopposed. It also has a sort of defensive role on this diagonal in the Royal Paz. There's no guarantee this thing is going to open up all the way to H1. Our 5th grade teacher used to yell at us for having restless leg syndrome in her periphery. Maybe she should have thought about like a different career choice. Did you inquire as to her, consideration of an alternate career choice? I guess that wouldn't go over well. All right. Speaking of distractions, so cranking open the long diagonal can be done in 2 different ways, right? You can play F5 or you can play D5. Now D5 is going to be difficult to play without losing my E5 pawn. And that's like a Marshall style thing. But if I could play F5 and, really if I could play F5. Yeah, I don't know that it's like justified to be playing for F5 just yet, when I should probably be developing my pieces. So Queen D7. I almost played Knight D7, playing for F5. I really don't have enough time. I'm talking too much. And this is a competitive tournament, So I'm going to just shut up a little bit with the analysis and concentrate on just playing more. Knight D7 was a very interesting alternative, but undeveloping in a way. I always liked this move in general because it gets the rooks connected. You have this, Bishop D8, favorite of Grandmaster Mark Hebden. I get restless leg syndrome at night. I didn't know you got restless leg syndrome during the day. Little kids are just hyperactive and they're just bouncing and shit. I mean, people do that at the board. Move 11. Speaking of that, of course, but I feel more. I feel a little bit more empathy toward that. It's not in your line of vision, visually distracting you. It's worse. The visual distraction is worse. A lot of people do the bouncing legs. I do it a little bit, at times. I mean, that's a pretty typical thing. Bishops versus knights. Yo, Davey. Davy Jones's locker is where you're going to be going. G5. I want to play F5. So, if you could play F5 in this position, try to pull it off in a tournament game. I say, go for it. Has anyone here ever purposely tried to make an illegal move? It would be a funny, social experiment. I've heard of some weird shit happening, Old people maybe, doing it by accident. I've done some weird shit by accident. But I'm just saying, imagine you go to the board and the other guy played F5. It wouldn't really fly on the DGT board, though. The thing I always wondered about, how many times has it ever happened where you just get somebody who just straight up lied about the move or something and tries to claim that some illegal move was really like a legal move or something, you know. Basically like trying to pull some kind of park hustler crap in an over the board sort of situation. I'm sure that it's happened. And sometimes there may be like misunderstandings, but you know, just blatantly lying, being like, no, the bishop was on c3, you know. I can't say I've ever seen it happen. Usually you have the score sheet and you can back it up. But what if your opponent has like really, really, really sloppy handwriting that nobody could ever verify, right? You could take advantage of them. You just like lie about the position. Is it bad I think about stuff like that? Okay, knight takes e4, bishop e7, knight takes c3. But he has knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, bishop takes h4. I'm backward on the open file, and the knights are pretty good. I'm not sold on this. However, I could play b4, then bishop takes f6. b4, bishop f6. Yeah, he's got a second chance. Let's see, knight e4, bishop e7, knight c3. No, knight e4, pawn e4. Knight e4, knight e4 is no problem. But knight e4, pawn e4. My little pawny. Knight e4, pawn e4. You guys know I'm a brony, right? Knight e4. That's why the sparkle horse. Knight e4, pawn e4. Bishop takes h4. And then he's like parking a knight on d5. The other one, I've got a backward pawn, but I've got f5 chances. All right, let's try it. I'm up a pawn, and he has low time. You know, he might not even make the right recapture here. You can drink though. I think it's weird that you can't smoke. Where are you from that it's weird that you can't smoke? I've played chess since like 1985, man. I've never been to a tournament. They had banned smoking before I even played my first tournament game. I used to smoke on the train, and I thought that was cool. Being old enough to have smoked on Amtrak and Aeroflot, but drinking at the board, well, you're not, you know, pouring alcohol on your opponent or something. Like when you're smoking, you're like blowing smoke in their face and stuff. Of course, it's different. It's totally different. Obviously, it depends on where you're from and what the cultural, you know, ramifications are, but smoking is like pretty much banned everywhere. They used to. I'm sort of sorry that, like, you know, sorry that I never got to see that smoking over the board era. Right, exactly. Like, that's when smoking at the board, like, stopped. I don't know, 1983 or, you know, even earlier. Like, the end of the 70s, when Yasser was young. Right. Like, I just missed it by a few years. I started playing chess in a chess club in a church basement, and everybody used to, like, smoke outside the playing room in another room. We had like a smoking room. I miss like smoking rooms at chess clubs. We had a smoking room at the Boylston Chess Club. We had a smoking room at the Hungarian Chess Federation. We had a smoking room. My mom was a teacher, and they used to have like a smoking room for teachers in her school. It's like, yeah, whatever happened to that? Pro-smoking. It's not that I'm pro-smoking. I just I have kind of nostalgia. I have nostalgia for the smoking room at the Hungarian Chess Federation. I used to drink and smoke in the while I was playing tournament games in the Hungarian Chess Federation. Drinking was forbidden, but I would like do it secretly. They would always wonder like where those like beer cans came from. But I was able to kind of like, you know, evade capture for like a long time, essentially. You thought everyone preferred the walls of their apartments to be shades of brown. Alright, so what's happening here? Our hero is down to 22 seconds. He's played a tough game. I can't move my rook. Wow, this is really getting crazy. Oh, queen takes d4. Stay calm and carry on. Or whatever it is. My pawn mass is really strong. Well, that was a good move. Do I have anything here? Rook takes, check. Rook takes, knight takes, e3. That's funny. Oh no. No. Alright. Tough game. We're just narrowly ahead now by 1 point with 49 minutes left. Hugh Hefner bought his Fame Mansion in 1971. Oh, he bought it from, wow, he bought it from Louis Statham, the famous chess benefactor. That's interesting. I did not know that. It's quite interesting. Uh-oh, King Kong. We have to berserk. He's not berserking. Interesting. I'm berserking, but he's not berserking. Click to reply. Some guy who wore a smoking jacket. He was a magazine publisher. Oh, okay. Right. Right, okay. We'll play the move 11 variation. I don't know the theory of this, but I like it. You know, it's easy to play. Are we following, like, Capablanca Caruana or what here? So you want to get the clamp? This is like a line that was featured heavily, of course, in the World Championship match between Magnus and Caruana, playing these type of lines with white. I mean, Caruana was playing these type of lines with white, obviously. So am I supposed to play a5, knight c4? If I don't play a5, then you do, huh? Smoke them if you got them, right? If you gotta go, not a bad way to go. The politically correct era at the Playboy Mansion must have been pretty crazy. So Caruana was the first to show a4 instead of a c4 plan. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the point, you know. Normally we do a trash compactor with like c4 first. I mean, you know, most stuff nowadays is probably, you know, to put it simply, like computer generated. The top players are no longer like creating a lot of theory necessarily on their own. I mean, they're using Stockfish and engines to supplement their own study of positions. You know, it's possible that the computer really decided, actually the whole variation for that matter. I mean, I think the point is, like Theodoros, that I would say the point is Uber Driver also playing this line against me when I tried to play a Sveshnikov. I think the point is that rehabilitated the line. You know, the line was always around. My friend Bill Kelleher was one of the few people I know, because everyone else played Bishop G5 for years and years and years, and this line was out of circulation, more or less. People would play it from time to time. Kelleher would play it. But I was always surprised. I always like, well, wonder why he plays that line instead of the main line with Bishop G5. But I think like the computer era brought this line back, you know, because of A4, A5, the whole. That's just a general kind of take on it, anyway. But now I'm gonna unleash the Kraken. When do we unleash the queen side? It's a defensive maneuver. No, seriously, I mean, it's like a King's Indian. There may be offensive purposes to this, but I think, you know, in vacuum, where I live in the vacuum, there's a huge parallel to closed King's Indians here. Are we letting black keep the bishop? I'm not a huge fan of trading pieces in space advantage positions, you know. That knight on b6 is totally wedging him. I think there was a Karyakin game. I know Karyakin is like banned, but no, it wasn't Karyakin. It was not Karyakin actually. I have this. I'm not thinking Karyakin, another young player. He's not young anymore. It's so weird. Karyakin was always like very like a prodigy, but he's like middle-aged guy now. Yeah, Yesipenko is who I was thinking of. Another strong young Russian player who's not even a kid anymore. Knight looked loose. I've only got 7 minutes, you know. I've only got 7 minutes, and Yesipenko beat someone really, really nicely, like Gelfand, I think. Now, Gelfand's problem is that he stopped playing the Najdorf. It was weird. Black just walked right into the trash compactor. Have you seen my trash compactor? The knight is loose. This is the trash compactor. I'll introduce you to the trash compactor. If the compactor goes through, like... Okay, so what's up now? I mean, it's like... How many squares does your queen have? A lot? I'm just gonna compactor. White squares are bad for black. There's c5. The knight is loose. My king is pretty safe. You know, I'm doing a good job getting my getting my queen side pawn majority moving while his is sort of stuck. He could do g6, h5, but, you know. Again, you see the parallels with the King's Indian. King Kong's game is way too based on time. Way too time based. Alright. Check. What does it do? What doesn't it do? I was thinking maybe playing King h1. Just to be on the safe side. I don't like his exchange of that bishop necessarily. I think that's good for me. So I'm happy he did that. I was actually more worried about winning the exchange here with knight d7 may be a mistake. I don't think I should do that. Okay. Everything's under control, except that it's not. Alright, we're just going to play it like a King's Indian. We go with the compactor. He's missing his good bishop. I almost have immediate c5. There's knight d7. He wants to trade it off. Okay. He does have that. Hold on a second. Five minutes to go, and he's going passive. Okay, that's fine. So we go with compactor, c5, or I can just strengthen. Queen d3. So I have better bishop, better compactor. He's ridiculous with the time use. Yeah, I berserked. I expected him to berserk back, and he didn't. Increasing pawn mass. Now I need a little more. A little more backup. The rook's not doing anything. I never really played this line, but it's very, strategic. I mean, actually, the Sveshnikov is essentially an extremely strategic variation in general. You need a reason not to play this move. threatening c6. He doesn't care. Oh, he's undermining my b6. I could sack sack to break through here. Takes, queen takes. c6, takes. This should be good enough. Now I take on a6. And he has a huge problem. He can't take the b4 pawn. The two connected pass pawns should win. Now he might be threatening to take it. c7. Can he take that pawn? He's still clearly worse. I can pin him. I can like paralyze him with queen d5. Queen d5 has to be crushing. Which way? They both look good. But I like keeping the rook open here. Can you check the games of learning chess? Oh, here we go. Alright. Maybe Nefidov private message would be better for something like that. Not like while I'm playing a game with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Start investigations. What's this do? If I don't know why. Alright. Check. Alright. I don't know, man. I just played learning chess. I know that game was for real. But if you have any questions about certain players, you know, feel free to message me privately at a later time or even now, but let's not. I'm the only one allowed to make accusations. Yeah. Alright, we're winning. Investigations. Private. We could hire a private investigator maybe. If we can get enough donations, we're still a little low. Can I get a private investigator? Where's Astrobate, by the way? He's very quiet in the chat. Bob is banned, so we can't have him do private investigations. And Nefedov, I'm sure, will be relieved by that. But, no, King Kong is talented, but I don't think we need to do an investigation on him either. King Kong's time management is atrocious. Always playing bullet chess. I berserked. I used my 10 minutes more efficiently than he used his 20 minutes in that game. Okay, it takes time. It's not easy to learn how to manage your time. I'm still not good at it. I use too much time, and I'm like getting in trouble. I could easily have blundered there. I was down to 2 minutes. If you enjoyed the stream, guys, please subscribe and tell your friends about it. You know. Private accusations are the best kind. I like talking behind people's backs. There's been a lot of reports about Nefedov lately, but I've been throwing them out. I like him too much. Ooh, speaking of Nefedov, he's going to have fun now. He gets to play Bullet Maestro. I feel another accusation coming on. Take your time, Nefedov. Use your time. Oh, it's another Sveshnikov. Wow. He just complained that he... Uh-oh, let's see what Nefedov's got here. Main line. So, C4. That's what Sebe said is the best line, he thinks. But he's just a random player. I mean, he's a grandmaster, but... The last person I asked about this opening, who happened to be a GM, he said he thought like this was White's best chance, but I think it's just another variation. The Sveshnikov is actually pretty good, but that line I played against you, that's why Magnuson and Caruana were discussing it in the World Championship, because it's really tough for Black. Well, if people, that's why Magnus is so crazy, man. I mean, and Kramnik, once you start getting people cheating against you, it gets in your head and you think everyone's cheating and stuff. The best thing is to, well, I mean, that's why I have this team, and we can play, you know, I'm not going to have, like, prize tournaments, because then all the cheaters would come and start trying to, like, join my tournaments. We managed to keep the team pretty clean. I actually started the stream talking about it, like, I think you're going to face, like, if you play in this tournament that I organize, the percentage of players who are cheating is probably like 1%. But in general, if it's not a curated team, then I think it's much higher, like 10% or more, you know. So if your argument is like, I don't want to play long games because everybody's cheating, then, you know, be selective about what you play. Otherwise, you're going to be like paranoid all the time. I know I am. Alright, 28 minutes left. We got time for at least one more game. Nefedov, just hold them. Just hold him. What happened there? What? Wait, what? Bishop still on F6? What is that position? Oh, he's thinking on C4? Wait, what happened? Wait, you played C4 and he castled. I understand. And now Nefedov's thinking. Aha. Okay, well, Nedog was one of my students. He's not here today, but years ago we went over this a little. But my knowledge of it is pretty sparse. I mean, I'm pretty much resigned from, like, reporting people. You know, I don't have all day. If I'm not playing that much, you know, rated games, so it doesn't really matter, but I mean, anybody who plays like online tournaments that have prizes is kind of like really like just trying to make themselves crazy or something, you know? Human nature. I gotta wait for my game to start. I need to run to the restroom for a second, and I have to make sure I don't get a game started and I forfeit. I'm gonna start a game, then I'm gonna run out for a minute and come back. We should have time for at least one more game. Perfect amount of time for one more game. So let's see the standings. I've got 23, King Kong with 17, Bison has 17, Luis has 16, but he's played only 4 games. Learning Chess with 11, Obese Reese 10, Uber Driver 7. Uber Driver's he's just not producing as much with the hippo. His hippo's not producing, not reproducing. Uber Driver, maybe you should get some of those hippos from, you know, the Colombian cartel. I heard they've got some extra hippos down there they're trying to unload. And they reproduce pretty fast. They're reproducing too fast, in fact. This is a bad one. Alright. Ruslan really, really almost had a draw. Alright, back to the cone of silence. There's my time. Can I have more time, please? Ruslan Bear, last time it was a Steinitz. That's not going to happen today. I'm going to switch up on him. He seems well prepared for his Steinitz, so let's do something else. Just get good. Care not about on. Yeah, I agree. It's all good and fun and games till you face Hans. Oh, he does d6 anyway. Yeah. Alright. Oh, that's the King's Gambit. I don't think Ruslan wants like a super sharp game here. Vienna Gambit. What happens if like pawn takes pawn, bishop c4? Asteroid has a million games in this type of position. Should I predict bishop g4? No. It's the King's Gambit against the Philidor. I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this. Well, it's not really the King's Gambit. It's a Vienna Gambit. But I mean, he you know, f4. Okay, he needs to like take there. I don't have time to analyze. All right, h6, preventing knight g5. But this is not really a constructive move for black. Now I could play d4, which would transpose to some sort of aggressive, like very aggressive Philidor for white. But d3 is the normal thing to do. No reason to go out on some kind of weird tangent. But I do have to watch the time. So he's like purposely not berserking to stall me. But he plays fast. I mean, he's never going to use his time. He could stall me out though. Good thing Jababa's not here. Yobava. Yobava! Yobava was back on... he was back here streaming on Lee Chess again. Last year or whatever. What was it? Like a year and a half ago, he had the meltdown. Poor guy. He's much more unstable mentally than I am. You know, it's amazing that you can get to 2,700 at that level of mental instability. It shows a lot of talent, actually. Imagine, like, you're totally emotionally unstable and you're still able to get to 2,700. Jesus Christ, imagine. Kramnik must be bored. Where does Kramnik even live? Does he, like, live in Russia? Kramnik must have a sizable amount of money, you know, I would think, hoarded somewhere. Unless it all got, like, eaten by like, wives and women. I would think he has a decent hoard of money. Someone got banned from chess.com. I didn't remember anything about Kramnik. Dude, the dude just got beat down, you know? I mean, he got beat down, and he's like... his ego is bruised. I mean, he's like... Pavel Elyanov, like, posted a thing about Kramnik where he said he lost, like, you know, 40-something games out of 46 against Hikaru, and just couldn't, you know, he just, like, can't accept it. I'm just paraphrasing, but you got beat, but you don't understand, man. Kramnik doesn't understand. Like, these guys, their whole life, his whole life is, like, you know, Hikaru and Carlsen, especially Hikaru, his entire chess career is based on, like, blitz. I mean, Kramnik never played blitz. Does he really think that it's the same thing as normal chess? That Hikaru's not capable of just, like destroying him? I agree. I think he's paranoid, and it's bullshit. He just can't accept that he's, like, getting just absolutely destroyed. But he never tried to be a blitz player. I don't know what he expects, you know. He should just accept it and move on. It's understandable, though. I mean, he was a great player. But he's a great player who never put any emphasis on playing blitz. And I think it served him well. So why now, you know, all of a sudden does he freaking care if he gets beat down by Hikaru, you know, or other strong, you know, Firouzja or whoever, or Hans. I don't know about political motivations or even what Kramnik's position is, but that's possibly an element as well. Man, we're really rocking now. I had some games earlier today with just vicious. As I said, I was playing like the Günzburg variation of the Four Knights in some hourly tournament, and just getting these really crushing, like, closed attacks like this. Ruslan is, you know, he's a practical player, but he's getting positionally, like, crushed here. He can hang on, though. But I would say white is like plus 2.5 in this position. Basically positionally lost. He doesn't really know what to do against the Vienna. But no, Kramnik is full of shit. Alright. I mean, I respected Kramnik as a player a lot. You know, and I really respected his attitude toward the game where he doesn't care about blitz. I appreciate it because I have a similar sort of view on it. But I have no clue about his, like I said, sort of political or care. Well, at least he's not in the Russian Duma, like some people. Alright, 6 minutes and counting, and he's still hanging on. I dare you to take my bishop on b3, you know. Take my bishop on b3. What do I do, though, after knight c5? Bishop takes f7. No. So what? How do I kill him after, like, knight c5? If I play bishop takes c5, queen c5, I'm just, like, winning a pawn. This is getting nice and juicy. It reminds me of, I haven't watched Art Vega in a long time. Juicy. It's getting juicy around here. H3, weaken my own king side. I have queen f2. That's not good. Okay, h3. Uh-oh. He's cagey, though, the Ruslan. With the time, it's insane, dude. It's like you don't care how bad your position is. You just keep moving fast no matter what. I can't imagine how anybody can do that. Don't talk about... Oh, we didn't... Man, Mr. Coffee, we have a new word to ban. Mr. Coffee, are you out there? Sorry for David Levy. But I'm going to have to ban that first name, too. Can we ban that? Is that allowed? Oof. Queen f2 was the point, right? David Levy. You can say, no, just ban Levy. The Levy. Yeah. Just ban that. #1 chess.com promoter. And empty. You know, pseudo chess player. This is insane. He's playing knight takes b3, allowing the attack down the a file. I could have played bishop a7 check, but it just, you know, sends him over to c8 anyway. Wow. Wow. Brute force. You can imagine how much fun I would be having if I was a streamer. Cracking jokes about your accent. Well, it's funny. I was hanging out with Swat Adalik at the World Senior, and he sounds like freaking Dracula, man. I mean, it's funny. It's ridiculous. He's like a deep voice, and he really literally sounds like Dracula. So I called him like Swat Feratu. You don't sound nearly as funny. And he's not even like Russian or even close to Russian. He's like Turkish, and he literally sounds like, I called you the Count Nefedov. But Swat is way worse. He also has a really deeper voice. Not that your voice is feminine or something. Nefedov has a totally normal tone of voice, but he doesn't sound as Draculaean as Swat. He's Turkish, yeah. Turkish Bosnian. He lives in Serbia, though, a lot of the time. So he's hanging out with Serbian people, I guess, maybe tons of the time. But he has the most funny voice ever. I love it. Alright, Ruslan Bear. Come out with your hands up. You are arrested. I've been practicing, if you can't tell. They live close to Transylvania. Look, I'm very close to Transylvania. I mean, I have a personal connection with Transylvania. They sound funny too. Not so much as, yeah, like something like Georgia. Turkey's a big country too. Alright, back to tournament. Ooh, Luis like lost a game. He was getting close to me. He lost a game? Wait. Why does it say 0? Oh, he got 0 credit for 2 draws in a row. Aha, he had a draw with Learning Chess. Well, that fuels the Learning Chess draw with the 2162. Fueling someone's conspiracy theories. Look, I admit that Learning Chess plays weird in FIDAV. We could have like an investigation later, but it's been very inconclusive. So let's just forget that for now. 10 minutes left. Georgia is quite a ways. I don't know. My geography of the Balkans is pretty bad. Georgia's next to or south of like Armenia and Azerbaijan, southeast, and then Turkey's down and really a big area. Alright, last game. This probably won't count for the tournament. But I've got to at least like stall, not to let anyone catch up to me. Okay, now, yeah, the knight f6, I've been having some trouble. Let's see what happens here. Ah, he played knight c3. He's allowing the draw variation. I've experimented with knight b4 here. That's a funny move. I don't think it's as good though. Yeah, this is like a very solid choice. The d4, boy, I think I looked at this once. I really can't remember. Wow. So what happens here? We just swap everything. Swap meet. I guess you're not castling on the next move, huh? What's the theory here? He's not recommended to castle. Actually, he could castle. Wow, that's crazy. He can castle, allow bishop takes h2 check, king takes h2, queen d4, bishop h7 check, and it's a draw of a repetition. Are you serious? There must be some flaw in that line, though. Like maybe I have like f5 or something. I'm only allowed to make one draw in a row. It's a strategic draw. Acerbate with the last game of the tournament. Oh no, there he is. We're berserking. Let's do it. Acerbate, I don't want to see you resigning or anything. You got to keep it clean. No giving me free points or anything like that. I might have to give him a draw. Castles as a novelty. Thanks to everybody for playing. This was fun. Alright. Here we go. Get a masturbate. So you played the risky variation. The go back to G8 line. Let me remember now. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know, he just makes it up. So I have to play bishop f4. What happens on queen b6? Okay, it's not a problem. It's like bishop f4, f6. There's a game that a6 is not normal. That's a little worrisome. You're losing some time there. That's illegal. Sacrificing a pawn. He's sacrificing a pawn to open the B file. Now you might want to take your time. Oh no. He's just like giving away all of his pieces. Wait, it's giveaway chess. Yeah, this feels sus. But what do I have now? You took? Oh no. He's in jail. Get out of jail free card. Oh no. His favorite acerbate maneuver, rook a7. Rook a7. But can I finish him off? The last trick. Threatening bishop takes check. Can he survive? Nah. You know, he's supposed to play... not a6. That's his problem. He always plays a6 when he doesn't know what to do. He was supposed to play f6. f6, pawn takes f6. Knight takes f6. It's like an English line I learned in high school, except with reverse colors. It's very risky for black. Except there was this game where like Ponomaryov or somebody won using it, I think. If you're gonna lose your pieces, lose them all. You know, like just go all the way. Nice job, Acerbate. Way to know the line. Alright, last game, Acerbate. Oh, who else is playing? Is everybody done? Everybody's done. Is there any game? Baisanov's still ongoing. This is not going to finish in time. Or is it? Yeah. I don't think this game is going to finish in time. Though Baisanov is up a rook. Objectively, it's doubtful he's going to be able to win it in 2 minutes. So who's got third place? Now Baisanov's in for third place. Who else? King Kong. King Kong is done. Chess is done. Uber Driver's done. Reese is still playing. So that's the only game. Ruslan. This looks like the only game. I like how the final position with Asterbait is still on the demo board. Perfect score? No, I drew against Luis. Well, Luis went crazy at the end and got zeros. But they're all like draws. He went crazy with the draws. He doesn't know he gets 0 for draws. He actually didn't lose a game. Alright, last game is still going. Bisonov has 1. Can he get second place? No. He cannot. So Bisonov's third. The game is set in stone. The results are set in stone. Bisonov can only gain like 2 points for a win or something. There's only 1 minute left. And Obese Reese is hanging on. He's stalling. But it's a perfectly legitimate tournament strategy. You chickened out to preserve my perfect score for this tournament. Oh my god. Black is facing a threat here. But he's going to stall out. Just hold him. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's going to be non-result unless they agree to a draw, which I don't think Bisonov would want to do. He could improve his score to 19 to be clear third, but he's going to win. He's winning on tie breaks anyway. So that's it, guys. Yeah, Asterbait. Dude, when you play this line, you've got to play F6. And that's what I was talking about. Rublevsky, Ponomarev. Okay, 2006. I don't know about Knight H6. This looks like it has kind of a bad score. So I think if you do play that, but you shouldn't play that. You know, you should play D6. All right. Anyway, that's a very well-known variation. Kraken Krassical. The Krass brothers. Kraken Krassical. We win 24.97 performance, a little under par. I'm 25.03. Luis had a very nice result, undefeated, for second place in the silver cup. Nice job, silver medal. Bisonov still playing. How are you still playing? Oh, you're finishing the game. All right. Bisonov is finishing the game for good sportsmanship. And he's had a good performance, so solid result for Bisonov. Also undefeated until his last game against Luis. King Kong, too fast, but he shows a lot of promise. Learning chess with quite a performance, although seems to gravitate toward kind of being inconsistent. And Uber driver not really feeling the hippo, had his chance against me. Obese Reese is a new player. Maybe they played once. Ruslan also had his chance against me. He should have drawn. And then Musashi Asterbait in 10th place. We had a total of 24 players. Looks like the cult didn't really stay in. They filled out a couple of places. Anyway, I mean, okay, not that many players play this classical, but it's fun. I like the time control. To have at least 10 minutes. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow I don't have a stream. Thursday is our analysis stream. Friday is rapid blitz challenges in the morning. And then Saturday we're going to do it again with the team battle. The intra-team battle between Kraken team and Ponda team. We're going to give Ponda team a chance to come back and win the intra-team of the King of the Hill, because the Kraken is the dominant plushie this week. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun, and I also was a little lucky against Uber Driver and Ruslan. So it wasn't a one-way street. Hello, Ananya. Welcome, everybody. You can always join our teams if you have 100 games or more. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, for moderating. And congratulations to me. You thought our game was rich. I thought I was an idiot for dropping a central pawn. But, yeah. I don't know about h5, but, you had a winning position, I think. It just has to be handled very carefully. You didn't show the Alexander Ivanov style, defensive technique there, when you're up a pawn and just need to hunker down and win with the clean pawn structure. In the hedgehog hippo, the h5, g6, f7, e6 sort of d5 structure, spider web. Rich wasn't here tonight, but anyway, thanks guys. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and we'll see you Thursday with a subscriber stream for a game analysis. Everyone who's a subscriber wants to submit a game, send me the game here on leechess.org. Please, guys, don't forget, I do this kind of stuff for a living, and I don't like to over-promote myself, but if you can, donate or just subscribe and support the stream in some way, or, donate gift subs to other people. Things have been a little slow over the last few months, and I want to keep things going. I'm going to try to reboot it a little bit, but I do need your support, so I appreciate it. Thanks, Chess Riddle, Bill, everyone else, Uber Driver, Nefidov for the brown beer, and in advance, I appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something anyway, and I learned from the stream, so that's why I do it. I enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Have a great night. Bye-bye.